All right. Well, hello, everyone. My name is John Gilkison. I am here with the owner of Night Lizard, John Nasser. Did I say that right?
You did. You did. Thank
Perfect.
you.
Um, we're doing this segment today just to once again promote local and not just local places, but restaurants and breweries and wineries and places that I actually frequent a lot and enjoy going to because they offer great food and great beverage options. So, with that said, I'll let John tell us a little bit more about himself and Night Lizard.
Yeah. Thanks, John. It's good to be on here. We feel, my family and I feel a special attachment to Santa Barbara. I came to California in 2002 for a job with a biotech company down the road called Amgen and retired from there in 2016. And in 2012, my wife and I were lucky enough to buy a little place for us to come up on the weekends up here in Santa Barbara. We just loved it so much and wanted to retire here. So, but then when I retired from corporate, my son and I, like I said, have been home brewing for 10 years, and he's got that one thing. I don't know if you saw the movie City Slickers when Billy Crystal and Curly are out, and Curly teaches him the meaning of life and says, "Hey, it's just that one thing. You got to figure out what that one thing is for you." Well, my son's a scientist, and his one thing is making really good beer. So he's our head brewer. My daughter runs the tasting room. We're truly family owned, and Night Lizard, the name of the brewery, Night Lizard Brewing Company, is an endangered reptile on the Channel Islands. So all of our beers are named after some form of endangered or threatened species when you come in here. Unless they're one of our experimental taps, they haven't been given birth to an endangered name. And then we give a certain amount of our money back to targeted environmental groups based on what we make. So that's kind of the mission of what we do. It is all about the good beer, though. You got to have great beer. And we've been lucky enough since we've opened to really we have a niche audience here for sure in Santa Barbara. I mean, people that are environmental come in just to look at us and check us out. We have a lot of professors in pints talks. We have a lot of science talks from various professors around about what's going on with the environment here in the Central Coast. So we draw that crowd. But as you know, in Santa Barbara, 70% of the people that walk into my brewery every day are from out of town. They're
Yep.
tourists. And the biggest chunk comes from LA, but they come from all over the world, as you know. So educating those folks on what's going on with the environment while at the same time letting them have a good beer is kind of where we're at right now. We've been open. We started the brewery. We signed the lease in December of 2016 and opened the brewery in late August of 2018. So we've been open a little over 18 months, and we're just starting to get above the waterline when all this hit back in March. So, but we're right on track with where we want to be. And I got to say, how many chances in life do you get to start a business with your two kids? My
Hey,
son's yeah, not many, right?
not many, and not just any business, but brewing beer. That's
Yeah, yeah.
that sounds like some father-son bonding right there.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in the middle of a long MasterCard commercial here, but it's pretty priceless for me to have my 38-year-old son running the brew house in the back, and my 36-year-old daughter kind of running the tasting room. So we're having a lot of fun, but I think we're also doing something that it's a niche what we have here on State Street. So it's been great. It's been great.
Absolutely. And I didn't actually know the whole backstory on the night lizard being an endangered species on the Channel Islands. That's very cool. And then the whole give back component. I knew you guys when I've been in there, you guys have your beers named after different species. So I knew you guys were kind of involved with that, but I didn't know to the extent of it. So that's awesome. That's part of our I'm on the Z Group real estate team, and that's part of our big why as well, as we give back 25% of our profits to
That's
organizations that we're
fantastic.
passionate about. So we might have to collab on some more stuff together because that's super cool.
It's funny you say that. We find that there are so many businesses here in town that have that focus. I think there's somewhere over 160 now not-for-profits in town, but of the 160, I want to say 28% of them are focused something on around the environment, which is
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool. So,
Mm-hmm.
but no, it's been really good. It's been good.
Cool. Well, John, tell us a little bit more about like what type of you mentioned you guys have now just got your food license, right?
We
So
did. So working with the city of Santa Barbara to open a brewery on State Street, excuse me, where I'm actually manufacturing beer, on State Street. And we're super water conscious. One of the worst things you can do for the environment, quite frankly, is make beer, because for every gallon of beer you make, you waste 5 gallons of water. So we were super conscious of that when we were putting the plan together. So my son being the scientist, we've jerry-rigged everything with regard to how we use our water, so that we've got it down to 2.2 gallons of water for every gallon of beer we make.
Very cool.
But still, we're cognizant of that. We're careful about that. But if we had tried to get a food license when we opened back in 2018, I still wouldn't be open, because I would, with a kitchen and everything and a grease.
Yeah.
But the city, it's just tough here. So we decided to partner with a local restaurant right around the corner called Middle Child, and they deliver food in here for us, and it's been working great. We hope they come back after this whole thing. I know there's going to be some businesses that don't make it back, but either way, they serve food for us till about 9 o'clock at night, and we're open till 12:30. So before this whole COVID-19 hit, we wanted to apply for our food license and be able to serve our own food that we make at a kitchen over in Montecito at a restaurant, not to be named, but we use their kitchen late at night, and they allow us to do that, and we make our food. So I'm half Lebanese, and one of my favorite dishes is this triangle-shaped meat pie. It's about, for a guy your size, it's about 5 or 6 healthy bites. Yeah. It's a great compliment for beer. Our meat version has lamb and beef in it with onions and pine nuts and some spices. We have a veggie version, which is potato and bean and a little curry and caramelized onions. And we have a fruit version. So for whatever your appetite, it's definitely, if you have 2 or 3 of them, they're $4 a piece. It's a full meal.
Yeah.
I mean, you're pretty full, but if it's something you just want to snack on late at night while you're having a beer, sorry about that, it meets the need for us in that regard as well. So it'll help us hopefully bring more people in and keep more people late at night.
Yeah. And it sounds like the perfect little complement to your beer as you're sipping on it. You can have your meat pie right next to you.
Yeah, my grandmother, who came from Lebanon, would be proud, I think, that we're serving her. At least we think it's a pretty good version of her. It's called sfiha. We're serving a version of her sfiha here at the restaurant.
Very cool. So it's like it's kind of like a family recipe that you guys are serving in there.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. Love that. And so right now, do you guys have what's available to people right now? Are you guys just serving your beer? Food options? Tell us about that.
Yeah. So the way the city's set up right now is that if you do have your own food license and you have your own food, you can, an establishment like ours, which is a tasting room, you can have to-go orders and curbside pickup or pick up at our parking lot in the back. So that's what we have right now. We have, from a beer perspective, we have 16 beers that we've canned, every kind of IPA you'd want, porters, stouts, saisons. It's on our website. So you can order on the website and order, a complement of beer to go or food if you want to order some of the food as well. You can walk in and do the same. We do have, like I said, the city just gave us a parking spot right in front where the trolley used to stop on State Street at 607 where we are. There's a sign there now that says curbside pickup for Night Lizard. So you can literally stop right there, get out of your car, come in. And we're not open, obviously, like nobody else is yet for people to come in and drink a beer here yet. But we've got all the social distancing issues, our signage and, it's pretty safe. And we're a brewery. And like I said, my son and the other brewer were both scientists. So, my God, we're trying to make this place as clean as possible and as comfortable for people when they come in. So if you've been to our brewery, you've seen how clean the floor is in the back where the guys brew. You can literally eat off the floor, and that's, yeah. So I think people are comfortable coming in, John.
Great. Love to hear that. So, and tell us where you're located. I know you're downtown on State Street, right? You guys are kind of right in the heart of everything, right?
Yeah, we are. We're right off the corner of State and Coda. So if everybody knows Joe's Cafe.
Yep.
So we're kitty corner from Joe's and then 3 doors up the street at 607. We got a pretty big sign out front. We got a patio out front with no furniture on it right now, obviously. But we have lights on at night, and the patio is usually lit. There's a sign. We have a sandwich board sitting on the sidewalk, plus the curbside pickup sign. And if and not for regular use, but we got a pretty big parking lot in the back that we own as well. So if it's jammed up on State Street, you can pull onto Coda and come in the back and park in the back lot there. It's private, but if you're just picking up a beer, you can do that quickly and get the heck out. So that works too.
Perfect. And can people order like beer and food online anywhere?
Yep. So we had nightlizardbrewingcompany.com or nightlizardbrew.com is our website. All of our food options. Again, we have 4 packs of our 16-ounce cans of any of the brew, any of our 16 brews, and we have 32-ounce crowlers of any of our beers. These are all cans that you can order, and plus our food items. So you can go to the website and do that easily. It immediately comes through to us. We have your order ready for you when you come in. I usually send a personal email to anybody that orders on the website because I'm here in the office, and just let them know, hey, we got your order. It's ready for pickup. Thanks for ordering and supporting us during this tough time. So, just a shout out. I love what you're doing here, John, and how you're trying to support local businesses. In the year and a half we've been open, and I guess 3.5 years that it took us to get to now, counting the time to open up, I became very close friends with a lot of the retailers here in town, and it's a fraternity. Everybody, we all pull for each other. I mean, I'm a partner with Middle Child around the corner. I have his food, he has my beer, and we watch out for each other. The brewing fraternity in this town is super tight. We really support each other. We want to do whatever we can to keep all of us in business because we've kind of created Santa Barbara. It's always been a wine tasting town, but now it's becoming kind of a beer crawl town. So there's enough to go around literally for everybody. But I just want to say to you, I love what you're doing here because these are people's lives. These are businesses. It's going to be so different on the back end of this from what it was. We don't know what it's going to all look like, but there is going to be some damage and some casualty on an economic side with regard to businesses that just don't make it back. So thanks for doing this and setting this up, and I support what you're doing 100%.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, John, and you're absolutely right. We're kind of there's going to be a new normal after this, and we're all going to have to adjust, and not everyone's going to make it out of it, unfortunately. But it's one of those things where everyone has to do their best and support each other and band together, and hopefully we can help each other out along the way. So
absolutely, thanks.
You're welcome. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure having you on. For everyone else watching, you guys got to go check out Night Lizard. Great beer, enjoy some meat pies, and of course support great people locally here in Santa Barbara. So it's nightlizard.com, right? That's where people can go.
Yeah, nightlizardbrewingcompany.com or nightlizardbrew.com. We own them all. So yeah, that'd be great.
Terrific. Hey, well, nice having you on, John. You take care.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right.